welcome to another episode of Just a Bit Outside. I'm your host, Steve Ely, and along with me, as always, my co host, Wes Cook.
Another one.
It is, sir. Another one down.
Yeah, man. And it is Merry Christmas.
It is Merry Christmas.
Well, I mean, this is probably our last episode before Christmas.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will be.
Yeah. So we got to do a big holiday style.
Yeah. Yeah. We argued about Christmas movies last week.
Yeah. We'll argue about a bunch of Christmas shit this time.
Yeah. Maybe.
Most rapey Christmas song.
Most rapey Christmas song, Lord.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Ah, man, have you seen the bit by the comedian? It talks about like the year that song got canceled and then like the number one song on the Billboard chart.
Just WAP.
Yeah. You're like, cancel that and go play that.
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I don't get it. I didn't think WAP was that great anyway.
No, it's trash.
But I'm just a grumpy old white dude, so you know. What else? What else am I going to complain about?
Right.
Anyway, where you want to start today, sir? What do you feel like talking about?
Man, I am good to jump right into football. We have we got Thursday night football among us here. Broncos and Chargers about to take place. You told me about this new Prime Way. Let the people know what that's about.
Ah, man, it kind of broadcasts the game like you're watching Madden. It gives you that behind the offense look. They were just talking about also, I caught them. They're going to show you like soft spots in the zone and stuff. They're going to put boxes in it. Kind of help you see like where things should be going down.
So basically it's helping teach people that don't know about the game about the game. I like it. That's cool.
Exactly.
Nice.
I know. Good on them, man.
Yeah.
Amazon's getting it done.
Well, we're going to check Prime Vision here in 11 minutes and 24 seconds. So
Yes,
I
sir.
am excited to check that out.
Well, who you got in this game? You got 11 minutes.
Broncos, because the Chargers got abolished last week. And, I mean, do they need to bounce back? Sure. But Denver's D has been the number one defense in the league. And I think with the Chargers showing last week, I mean, they got manhandled by the Bucs. I mean, Baker was a beast.
Baker was balling last week, sir.
Yeah, 288 and 4 tutties.
You know Cleveland is kicking themselves for that.
Yeah, they should be. But they got this whole mystique of Deshaun Watson, and we've talked about it.
They got fooled.
Numerous times. And look at him now.
They got fooled.
Yeah, if they had Baker and kept Amari Cooper.
Baker kept Amari Cooper.
And you just used any of those draft picks.
Look at how well
on a wide receiver.
Do they really
The
need
defense
you?
is already legit.
They traded for Jerry Jeudy. Look how he's playing.
I'm telling you, man, dude, if they kept Baker, Cleveland would have been all right.
I mean, if Jameis can make Jerry Jeudy look like that, Baker could do it.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I agree with you.
But, you know.
Yeah. So
just show you the low class organization they are.
Indeed, sir.
And have been.
Yep.
You know, just like the Giants.
I mean, they did Daniel Jones no favors, and they didn't do him any favors his entire career.
When Mara came out and said they did everything they could do to screw him up.
Basically.
Yeah. But, you know, we talked about that too. Yeah. I'm not going to defend Daniel Jones like I've been on the Baker train.
Nah, Baker is worth defending. Daniel Jones could be worth defending depending on where his next stop is, how everything goes, and you know what he does.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the next stop, right?
Absolutely.
So we talked about last Thursday night game, of course. We already hopped into that one, but let's jump into the Saturday slate of games we didn't get to cover. Well, I mean, we covered, but didn't get to. They hadn't played out yet.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Chiefs beat the Browns, expected. Mahomes looks like he has got an ankle injury at the end of that game.
I mean,
my thing with Mahomes, I don't trust any injury he has. He fakes injuries all the time, and he's just over dramatic with it. So it just makes me believe like
He's not really that hurt.
no, he's just trying to hype up his team or something. And it's just I'm not sold on any injury until I see like a
And-
compound fracture out of that guy. I'm not going to believe it.
Well, I mean, I know the Chiefs are 13-1, but Mahomes looks very pedestrian with his numbers. I mean, last week 19 of 38 for 159 and 2 touchdowns against the Browns aren't a terrible defense. Honestly, if you take all the turnovers away, that's where they got their points, is off the turnovers. Their offense wasn't very good as far as Kansas City, but Cleveland's offense was way worse.
Yeah, Winston was Winston.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
I will tell you though, man, it doesn't phase him when he throws a pick.
No, he does not care, dude. I'm turning right around and throwing another one. He ended up getting benched in the fourth quarter, which did not surprise me at all.
I mean, after the way he played, he wasn't what you thought he was going to be this game. And
I mean, what?
he's primed to turn it around this week, though.
Who they got this week? We'll get to them in a minute, but yeah, it's about due. But I don't even know if he's starting this week. I don't know who's starting.
You got to start him this week. They got the Bengals this week, so
Yeah, you might as well start him.
yeah.
Might as well start him.
Well, Chiefs another win, of course, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of what you expect. The Bengals outlasted the Titans in their matchup. Joe Burrow threw for 3 touchdowns, 271 yards. I mean, if there's any bright spot to the Titans roster, it's the defense. So they still gave up 37. But let's say if there's a bright spot to Cincinnati, it's the offense.
Their offense is all they got because their defense.
Their offense is fantastic. Offense will put points on the board against anybody. The
Yeah.
thing is, then they get in the shootout, and the
defense
other-
can't stop nothing.
yeah, defense ain't stopping nothing. Everything gets in the end zone there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commanders and Saints, man, I thought the Saints were going to pull that one out, and they went for 2 at the end.
You know what? Good on them for going for the win.
I mean, at this point in the season, here's my thing. You're still in it, right? You're still in that division, and it's a must-win game. I like the idea.
At the
I
point at that moment they were still in it.
Well, yeah, not now.
Not now.
But what I'm saying, at that moment, you're still in it.
Yeah.
You know, this is the difference between 5-9 and 6-8.
Yep.
6-8 keeps you in the divisional race.
Yep.
Now you're out, and you put it on one play. I just feel like you held the Commanders to 2 field goals in the second half. The defense was playing well. You're able to. They've proven like we can stop them from getting a touchdown here if we go to OT, kick the extra point, and I mean all your points, all the Saints' points came in the second half. You got the momentum offensively.
Yeah.
I think you just ride with the extra point and take the OT and see what happens. But coaching staff risked the biscuit and it did not pay off.
I like to go in for it. I do.
I
You
mean,
know, it's the whole
being aggressive is cool, but like that, you put your season on one play at that point.
it's Saints, bro. They were gonna screw this up some way down the road anyway, so
Maybe they do, but to stay competitive, to still be relative and have an opportunity here, this was your chance.
you're not doing it with Spencer Rattler. He's
Another reason not to go for 2.
you gonna think Spencer's gonna drive you down the field in overtime?
I mean, he drove him down the field twice in the second half. Like I said, they had the momentum offensively. I just thought it was a better play. But, yeah, enough of that game.
Yeah.
Commanders get another one. Of course, they still in the divisional race. It comes down to this weekend, of course, when they play the Birds. We'll get to that later. your pick of the week was solid. Ravens over the Giants by more than 16.5,
Oh, yeah.
and they won by 21. So good on you, bro.
Nah, well, the biggest shock is the fact that they
They didn't
get
run
it
the
thrown.
they didn't fucking run the ball.
No, they did not at all.
Yeah, so my lock of the week did not cash.
I was down with your lock of the week. I was all in. 100 yards, 2
I-
tutties. I was with you on it,
I
buddy.
gotta say, you man, like 14 carries for Henry for 67 yards, and
The average isn't
he
bad.
was. It's not awful. The thing is with this is they they went this route. It's almost like they gave Derrick Henry a week off so he could prepare for
Pittsburgh this week.
Pittsburgh this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just stay well rested. We'll get you ready for next week.
Yeah, but Lamar balled.
Lamar.
21 to 25, 5 touchdowns.
No, and almost 300
Ooh.
yards in the air. That's unlikely or unheard of, really, for him.
Especially
It's
on that few attempts.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. I mean, when you're throwing the ball well and you've exposed the team. I mean, granted it's the Giants, but you've exposed the defense for what it is.
You're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, you got to keep doing it. I mean, and you allow for guys that don't get as many targets in a game normally to stay involved in the game the whole time. I mean, can't blame them for it. So
Well, I mean, look at their receiver numbers. Rashad Bateman had 3 catches for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns.
yeah,
I mean, crazy.
nuts.
Just crazy.
Yeah. Well, and another surprise, the Cowboys won.
I did not want them to, but they did.
They were an underdog in this game.
I know.
They were 3-point dogs on the road in Carolina, and the turnover machine that was the Panthers this weekend
Yeah, but they
really fueled that second half pull away from the Cowboys.
Yeah, but Carolina's offensive line was horrendous. Like,
No, I mean Bryce Young had no time.
nope. And when he fumbled, he fumbled 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean it's tough to overcome 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're turning the ball over that much, you just good luck.
the next game had one. The Jets and Jaguars had one of the biggest surprises of the week in it.
What is that?
It had a Mac Jones sighting with decent numbers.
Yeah.
31 to 46 for 294 and 2 touchdowns.
Well.
I know, right?
Well.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? But along with that, he also threw 2 picks. So. But, not terrible. They stayed in it, kind of.
I'll tell you, this game I ended up turning on, and it was because at halftime, Devontae Adams had 0 points. I was in the semifinals of my other fantasy football league.
Yep.
And it was stressing me the fuck out. I'm like, I think I had somebody on the bench. It might have been Jaden Reed. Somebody, I'm like, God, I should have started him. I can't believe this. And then in the second half,
Blew up.
I mean, 9 receptions in the second half for damn near 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I was like, thank you, Devontae. I was wondering if you were going to show up to this game or not. And he certainly did. And I ended up blowing out my opponent in the semifinals. So thank the Lord. That was phenomenal. A much needed push from Devontae in the second half.
Devontae is that guy, though.
Helped carry me to the comfortable win that I took last week.
Yeah. Devontae is a beast.
Yes.
I
Just throw him the ball. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Same thing I was talking about Antonio Brown last week. Just throw him the ball.
I was watching something this week, and somebody's hot take was the fact that saying that Garrett's going to request a trade in the offseason.
Why not? I mean, I'd say stick with Cleveland, see what they got, what they're going to do.
I mean, with the Jets?
Or, yeah, sorry. Wait, hold on. Garrett.
Yeah, and then the kid from Ohio State, what's his name? Garrett Wilson?
Oh, Garrett Wilson. Sorry. You had me thinking Myles Garrett for a second. Switched back to Cleveland Brown for a second.
Yeah, no.
Sorry. You said Garrett. I'm going last name, like the only Garrett I know. But no. You're right. Yeah, Garrett Wilson. I mean, it could be a possibility. I mean, he hasn't really built the rapport that you thought he was going to do with Aaron Rodgers, and looks
Yeah.
like Aaron Rodgers is going to be there next year. At least the way he talks.
I wouldn't bring him back.
What are you going to do? I mean,
Big-
you can go out and draft a guy, I guess.
The guy, I'm gonna say this because I'm really crazy to say this because I don't think it'll happen. But Sam Darnold's look pretty good, and he's playing on a year deal.
Valid point.
But does he go back to the Jets? Probably not.
I don't know if you'd want to go back to the place that kind of
Fucked him up in the first place.
yeah, and pushed you out.
Yep.
Nah. I'd steer clear of that shithole.
Yeah,
in
but I mean,
Jersey.
there's options out there.
There are. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to perform better than Sam Darnold would if you put him back in the spot.
Yeah, you could always look at maybe acquiring Jameis. I think you'd have about the same kind of record.
Yeah. No, I mean, but what are you acquiring then? You're already paying Aaron Rodgers a buttload of money for this, so
Aaron can go
But
away,
just-
far as I'm concerned. I mean, he's 42.
with the
you
Jets,
can
you just-
clearly see he's not the same guy.
no, you just let it ride out. What, he's got another year on this deal, let it ride out.
Tank,
Or is
maybe
it
draft
two?
the guy this year.
Is it 2 years out or is it 1 year?
I thought
I thought it was a 3-year deal.
yeah, I think it's 3.
Yeah, so he's got one more to let it ride out.
All right, but
So
I'm over Aaron Rodgers. So
fair enough. Dolphins were riding high for a little bit and then ran into the Texans this weekend. Did not go well for them. And Tua did not have the games he has been having recently. Houston's defense stepped up in a big way, and they held the Dolphins just to 12 points and a 20-12 victory for the Texans. Will say the Texans' offense is not nearly the level I thought they were going to be this year.
no, I expected their offense to be much better, especially acquiring Mixon.
Yeah, I thought that was going to change a lot. I know Mixon's been hurt and banged up here and there, but really, I thought this Texans offense would have been a lot more potent than it really has been.
It's also the difference between playing a last place schedule and playing a first place.
That does have an effect.
I mean, they're still 9-5. They're still probably going to win their division.
well, yeah. I mean,
They're still playoff bound.
yeah.
They're just not the surprise 12-5
They were
team last year or whatever. But I mean, they can still end up there.
Yeah, there's a possibility. Broncos keep riding that defense as they just demolished the Colts, especially in the fourth quarter of that game. That one went 31-13 at the end. Broncos scoring 21 points in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Really changed the whole aspect of that game. It was kind of close early on, but defense still did its part, held the Colts offense to just 13.
Yep.
Anthony Richardson did his part and tossed 2 picks to the Broncos defense, and that allowed for such an outcome.
Yeah. Next game was by far the game of the week.
It
I
might have been
mean,
the game of the year at this point.
I mean, ridiculous.
I mean, the Bills kind of controlled it the whole way. However, the Lions made it interesting.
When you put up 42, but I mean, everybody on the Lions is hurt. Like
No,
everybody.
especially defensively, they're decimated. That defense is. I mean, now the Lions are basically the opposite of the Bengals, or they are the Bengals.
Yeah, they've got.
I mean, that's what you're looking at. The defense is decimated with injuries, so you got to have guys step up. You need to have them step up. You got to have that next man up mentality, and unfortunately, it's
next man up is the 4th string guy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's part of football, unfortunately, and it is
killing them.
it will kill a Super Bowl
Run.
potential team is based on injuries. So it doesn't mean this Lions team's not going to compete in the NFC, because they certainly are.
Yeah.
It does leave them vulnerable to another loss, which could ruin those number 1 spot aspirations. The bye is huge. The home field advantage is huge. So playing these next 3 are going to be very vital into how they enter the playoffs. And hopefully it allows for them to get healthy somewhat. I
Some
mean, they've lost a lot of guys to
IR.
yeah, and I mean season-ending injuries. So that's going to be something to watch to see how they move forward.
They actually were part of the Bad Beat of the Year club.
Yeah.
Also with David Montgomery.
Yo.
Did you see his stuff?
Was over under was 750 yards or something?
755 and a half. He left the game with 755
with a season-ending
injury. That apparently they still have not put him on the IR because he is looking for a third opinion, which just sounds crazy to me. If two doctors are already telling you, I don't think the third guy is going to change his mind.
Nah, he's going to be like, look, dude, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's rough because they definitely had a two-headed monster back there.
Oh, God.
Yeah. For all you Jamar Gibbs owners in fantasy football, if you're still alive, that's huge. I am one of those guys, so I hate to see injury on any player, even if they're a Cowboy. But I am stoked that Gibbs might get a few more touches here or there, especially in the red zone.
Jared Goff's game was sick. Josh Allen's game was sick.
No, they both put up phenomenal numbers. I mean, the way the Bills were running away with this one, it forced Jared Goff to throw damn near 60 passes.
Yeah. Almost 500 yards, 5 touchdowns,
yeah.
No interceptions.
No picks. I mean, he definitely did his part to bring the Lions back into that game. So more power to him. Unfortunately, it just ended up on the wrong side of this football game.
I mean, between him and Josh Allen, they threw for almost 900.
Nuts.
Over 900 yards,
There's
actually.
no defense being played in this game.
No, none.
Yeah.
None.
Doesn't say a lot for the Bills defense either.
900 yards, 7 touchdown passes.
That's nuts.
And if you count Josh Allen's 68 yards on the ground and 2 tutties too, so.
A lot of touchdowns scored in this game. All the fantasy points were right here. If you had players that were involved in this matchup, they probably contributed to a win for you.
St. Brown, Laporta.
Yeah. Gibbs
numbers were sick. He had over 100 total yards and 2 touchdowns.
James Cook with 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, big stuff.
I mean, just crazy.
Yeah.
It was thoroughly an enjoyable watch.
Right. Yeah. For even the casual football fan, you get a lot of scoring. It's just a lot of action. Go. And I mean, to have 90 points scored in the game, that's crazy.
Yeah. I actually had both TVs going this week. I had that game and I had the Birds game going at the same time.
Yeah.
I was back and forth between 2 rooms. I had to kind of see what was going on.
Well, both the games of the week were on at the same time. The Birds, on the other hand, they were looked good really early on in that matchup. They went out to a 17-3 lead. Things were looking good. They were going to coast. Then they allowed for the Steelers to kind of crawl back in it with just a poor game at the end of that first half. However, second half zeroed out the Steelers on defense.
Birds defense stepped up.
They did big time. And if you didn't get a chance to watch the last drive the Eagles had, they started at their own 3 and took off 10 minutes of the remainder of the game, basically, of that fourth quarter, and didn't allow the Steelers to get the ball back. They didn't even score on that drive, but it was probably one of the best drives.
That's what I was telling you about.
Here we go.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Watching guys in motion.
And then
you just see the routes.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
I mean, it's
a fun watch.
It's an odd way to watch it, but it's
I will agree with you.
It's different, but it's cool. Cool. Yeah, like I said, I watched both games. Eagles played, their defense was ridiculous the second half.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like the fourth quarter, it was not really the defense. In fact, the offense held the ball and never gave it back.
Yeah.
And then you want to talk about what Baltimore did with Derek. I mean, the Eagles pretty much did with Saquon. I mean, granted, he did get a few more touches.
He got 19 carries for 65 yards. I mean, but it's the Steelers' defense. One thing they do well is
stop the run.
They stop the run. and they contained Barkley from any of the big gains, which is huge. Because once he gets going, it's really hard to stop him.
Yep.
And so they contained him. But the thing was, you saw that opened up the entire playbook of passing for Kellen Moore, and that allowed for A.J. Brown to shine, Devontae Smith to shine. And, you put all that bullshit to bed that everybody wanted to talk about how they're not getting enough touches. A.J. Brown, 8 catches, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown. Could have been another touchdown, too. But, it's just this team can adapt to either style they need to play in order to win a football game.
Yeah.
And it's starting to show through, and that allows for us to really start believing as Eagles fans that this could be a year.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Right at the moment, just their health alone, it's putting it right there for me in the NFC.
That helps. Being healthy and not suffering those big-time injuries and the season-ending ones, those are huge. And, that's part of the whole game. Is if you who are the healthiest teams at the end of the year? Usually the ones that make long playoff runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that's what you got to hope for. But it always comes down to next man up. The year the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they were on a backup quarterback. Yeah. So those things do happen too. So you got to be ready when your time comes up or whenever your name's called, and you got to get out there. You got to be able to go in and fill that position and fill it well. And we've seen it happen in the past.
I thought it was crazy. I did not know this. I know Detroit and the Eagles have the same losses, same record. I didn't realize that the Detroit still had the tiebreaker on them because they have the more conference wins.
Yes.
Which I thought was kind of crazy. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
They can change. Then it comes down to strength of victory, I believe.
Yeah, something weird.
Yep. Which I think they have on us as well. So that makes it a little bit harder. That one loss gets them closer. You just need them to lose again. You can't let the Birds slip up.
Well, the Birds' schedule is a little easier.
Yeah, they finish off with the rest of their division, which the toughest one should be this weekend.
Washington.
And that's their last road game of the year. Both the Giants and Dallas come to Philadelphia for the remaining 2 games. So if the Birds can get over to the hump this week with Washington on the road, Washington's still battling for a playoff spot. So they're
still going to be bringing heat.
They're going to be bringing it. You just got to play your game. You got to take each one of these games week by week basis. Don't look forward to anything else. But this one will definitely move them in the right directions, especially to staying competitive for a number 1 seed. Yeah. Other 4:00 game, you had the Cardinals take care of the Patriots. No question there. James Conner had himself a day. 16 carries for 110 yards.
Nice.
Fucking efficient. 2 touchdowns.
I know New England lost, but the video I sent you with that dime that Drake made through.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous, sir.
Yeah, it was on point. And that's more of what you'll see from that kid.
Yeah.
No,
I can't believe they're talking about firing Mayo already.
No, you can't.
I don't think you can. They just don't have enough talent.
No. Belichick struggled with him. Now you put in a first-year head coach. Give him time. Just give him time. And, I do think Kraft is a very intelligent owner. So you're not going to see any knee-jerk reaction here to where he just lets him go. Yeah. Nah. The last 4:00 game was the most surprising in my opinion. I thought the Chargers would have been a hell of a lot more competitive, and which they were. They were leading at halftime, but in the second half, something happened. Mayfield took over, and dropped a 40 burger on them, and which has been known as one of the better defenses in the league, and. I think they were only giving up 18 points a game before this.
Well, that 18 points is well gone now.
Yeah. The 40 burger does not help the stat line.
Couldn't really stop the run.
No.
Like, Baker played fantastic, but they still gave up almost 225 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean.
You ain't winning ball games doing that.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
and then Mayfield throwing for almost 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
you're not winning games like that. Not at all.
Not bad stuff. But yeah, the Bucks move forward. The Sunday night game, Pack did what the Pack needed to do, and they came out early and strong. Josh Jacobs getting mad carries early, and just ran down their throat.
If you
And then they kind of forgot about him in the second half.
if you didn't have Saquon doing what he's doing in Philly, Josh Jacobs would probably be your best free agent pickup. It's between, if you think about the 3 best free agent pickups this year.
I mean, they're
It's
all running backs.
It's Jacobs, Henry, and Saquon.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. I mean, investing in the running back has paid off for all 3 of these teams.
3 guys that last year were undervalued.
Yeah. And now everybody sees the value in a top-notch running back.
Yeah.
And their ability to, just
Control the game.
they control the game. They control the clock. They make teams scheme for them, which opens up the passing game. It really shows the value of a running back again. And if you want to start talking about the stock of a running back, it is way up right now.
It's way up for the good guys.
Well,
but it's because
the upper
defenses,
echelon.
yeah,
The upper echelon ones.
the defenses are playing, there's 2 high shells. They don't want to be giving up the big play.
Mm-hmm.
So they're leaving the middle open, and running backs are just teams are taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and you have to.
Yeah, and if you've got one of these studs, it's making it really easy.
Yeah, because
Really,
once you
really
get these guys in the open space, they are very tough to bring down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
But no, the Pack did their thing. Like I said, Josh Jacobs looked phenomenal in the first half, and then the Seahawks changed it up a lot in that second half to allow for it to be just not allow Josh Jacobs to beat him. They forced Jordan Love to do it, and he did.
He can do it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would just like to say, I know last year I went into the season completely expecting Jordan Love to suck. Had a very good rookie year. He's just getting stronger. He's just getting better. Adding a running game like that, not that Aaron Jones was a bad running back, but Aaron Jones had a little bit of an injury bug with us. But now that he's got a consistent running game, it is making his life way easier.
No, it definitely does. It allows for him to be more relaxed in the pocket, and he's growing as a player overall too. So at the same time, you're just getting so much more out of this guy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You also have the emergence of wide receivers, where you thought Christian Watson's probably the number 1 wideout for Green Bay, and it's kind of spread the ball all over the place. That's what happens.
It's always somebody different. It's Dobbs one week. It's Watson one week. It'll be Reed one week. Tucker Kraft will be a guy that gets a lot of looks. And you're just like.
And what sucks is, for a fantasy football owner of any of these players, you're like, what do I do?
Next year, I'm dodging every Green Bay wide receiver.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, you can't bank on them week to week.
I've got Reed on my bench. I think I've started him twice all year.
It's tough.
And every time, I think I've had one decent output when I start him, but every time he sits on the bench, he ends up having.
It blows up.
Yeah.
It's a hard prediction to make. It's just who's the flavor of the week for Jordan Love.
Yeah.
We had a doubleheader Monday night. Neither one were very exciting. What I thought would be a high-scoring affair between the Falcons and Raiders ended up being a defensive matchup. And then, the Vikings just manhandled the Bears the whole way.
Yeah. Have you seen the meme, the Tiger Woods, John Daly standing on the green, and you've seen it where it's like Lions have the best season of their life underneath Tiger, and then it's Minnesota just messing around with Sam Darnold.
And it's true though.
It is 100% true.
Yeah, 12-2 Vikings right now, 7-1 at home, and Sam Darnold's just taking care of this offense, and just he has a lot of good pieces. Aaron Jones has stayed healthy all year.
Yeah.
And then you got Justin Jefferson out there at wide out.
Jordan Addison.
Addison's been balling.
Yeah, you've got TJ Hawkinson trying to get back into game shape.
Yeah, and Hawkins has got a lot of targets in this game. This is it's starting to gel a little bit more too. So this team is getting better on a week by week basis, and there they are right there, looking at the NFC North with the Lions. And what's funny, the NFC North, I mean, just 2 games split them all.
Yeah.
The top 3. I mean, the Bears are the turd of the NFC North, and usually are.
Just think the Bears at one point were 4-2.
And
then
crazy.
the overtime loss in which they completely shit the bed against Washington.
And the 8-game skid since. Bears haven't won a game on the road all year. Keep that in mind anytime you're betting.
Caleb Williams starting to look exhausted.
Yeah. I mean, he threw a little hissy fit on the sideline last week.
What? He threw a hissy fit?
Yeah.
Did he chip a nail?
He didn't cry this time.
He wanted to.
So someone stepped on his cleats, got him effed up.
Chipped that fresh polish.
Yeah, chipped it.
Chipped that gel coloring.
Yeah. Like I said, the Falcons Raiders game was non-eventful, so we just leave that one alone.
Well, it was so non-eventful that the Atlanta Falcons are going to start Michael Penix this week.
Yeah, exactly. Cousins just hasn't been able to find his groove this year. He's had
I expected a
spots.
lot more.
We all did. I mean, I think Atlanta definitely did, right?
They paid him $180 million, so I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. It's just has not turned out to be the Cousins they were hoping to get. The offense just isn't clicking. I mean, is it the coordinator? I don't know. I mean, it's just everything is not working there.
I like what the coordinator's been doing as far as the running attack. They're actually giving Bijan the ball.
I mean, that's fine, but I mean, what are you doing to improve the game of Kirk Cousins right now?
I don't know. I don't know if you can improve it.
I mean, do you just think this is the down end of his career and this is it and he falls off? I mean, it
could be. It wouldn't be the first guy at 36.
He had a good year last year. The thing is like you just don't fall off in a year. It's weird.
It wouldn't be the first guy that did it.
No, I know. You're right.
Peyton Manning's last year was not.
Well, that was all the neck injury stuff, and I mean, he won a Super Bowl, so.
Yeah, I get it, but it was defensive Super Bowl.
It was, yeah. I'm not, but yeah, I mean, Peyton Manning was walking around with another ring on.
Oh yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
But I was wondering why they're kind of still in the battle for the division. And it was like, why are they starting? And then I realized, they're playing the Giants this week.
Yeah. You give the guy something easy to start off with.
I think their schedule is like it's Giants at Commanders, home against Panthers.
2 or 3 games should be winnable.
2 of the 3 games should be winnable.
Yeah.
What sucks is that when they're going to flex that Commanders game out of the primetime spot on Sunday.
Oh, they will next week.
Yep, they will. There's no way that game is primetime.
No, I think the only way it might be primetime is if they upset the Eagles.
Maybe.
And you might keep it there so people know what this playoff team is and there's more people to see it.
Maybe.
But that's the only chance of saving that one from being flexed out. But, I mean, it depends on what the other matchups are, which we're about to, well, not this week, but the week following.
Yeah,
It depends on what that week has lined up. This week, you've got Saturday games. We're finally here where college football is over, so we got a couple Saturday games. We're starting off right now with the Broncos at the Chargers. That one's 7-7. Herbert's 4-4 with 43 yards. Williams has 2 carries for 21 yards. So, and right now, it looks like Denver just got the ball back.
They did. Wow. Rushing yard per game, 43 last drive. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that'll move the mark for you, for sure.
Look at those receivers. What the hell are those guys? Oh. That was nice. Anyway.
Good open field tackle.
Yep. The Saturday games start with Texans and Chiefs.
Yeah. So a Texans team that desperately needs to continue to win. Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. They are at Arrowhead. Mahomes looks like he's going to go.
I don't know why you're trying to go here.
I think just because you have the opportunity for the 1 seed here to lock it up, let's lock it up and then rest him. I mean,
I get that. I get trying to lock it up. But without this dude, are you winning anything?
no, you're right. I mean, you further damage anything else right here, and I mean, really, your playoff hopes are kind of screwed.
I mean, they still got 2 games on Buffalo.
I'm not saying they're not in the playoffs because obviously they're clinched,
Yeah.
but
But
I'm
I'm-
saying like your hopes for what you're going to do in the playoffs. What are you going to do?
Yeah. I mean, you still got 2 games on Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have the opportunity here.
Yeah, I get it. But you. Yeah.
Thing is, you end up winning this one,
Yeah, but
and I think with a backup quarterback, you're gonna.
you're going to go at Pittsburgh, at Broncos.
Yeah, but I mean it's tougher. Maybe you're right. I mean this is gonna be the easiest of the 3 games.
Yeah, but I don't think they clinch because Buffalo owns the tiebreaker.
They do head to head. So you might actually. You're right. I think this is the one you sent them.
I sit him
I said
this week. And
Let him
then, because then
recover.
you get a short week, you turn right around and play Pittsburgh on Christmas.
Yeah,
I mean, 5 days later.
yeah. I think you're right here. Yeah.
I wouldn't play him this week.
No, you're absolutely correct, sir.
I mean, you rest him. I mean, if anybody's going to get after him, it's going to be Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, Andy Reid's a way smarter guy than I am. So,
The other one is a big matchup. That's Steelers at Ravens. Steelers reeling right now after the loss to Philly, and they go right back on the road to Baltimore. Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite. I thought it was weird to say the Birds were a 6.5-point favorite last week, but they clearly covered.
after seeing Baltimore play last week, I mean, granted, it's the Giants, so it's kind of it's a little bit skewed.
Yeah, very skewed.
But, man, it was impressive. It was impressive.
I mean, doing away with the Giants isn't impressive to anybody. The Panthers beat them. I mean, everybody beats the Giants right now.
Yeah.
The Giants just have no offense. Defense is abysmal.
Yeah.
They
got 1 or 2 bright spots, and that's about it.
Yeah. I think Baltimore, knowing they need this game, they're still on top of the AFC North. Baltimore is going to come to play. These matchups are always tight. I'm taking Steelers in the points.
I would take Steelers in the point.
Yeah,
It's a division game. No matter where they play, they're always
it's going to be tight. Yeah, it's going to be tight.
Yeah. With you on that.
Yeah, I like that one.
What you taking the Chiefs in the 3.5? Or
Yeah, I'm going to take Chiefs 3.
Okay.
I mean, the Texans are so up and down; it's really hard to kind of bet them.
They are.
But yeah, I think Chiefs 3.5 is a good bet right here, just because that offense of the Texans isn't great, and they're not where they should be, and the Chiefs defense is very, very good.
I was going to say I like the under in that.
Yeah, the under sounds like something you would want to mess with. 42.5 is that total.
I like it.
I like it. That's a good call. 1 o'clock slates on the Sunday start with the Birds at the Commanders. Birds are 3.5-point favorites on the road. Washington is a road dog here. The Eagles just keep proving me wrong in terms of just how close I think games should be and won't be or will be. Me, I don't like betting with my team, so I'll leave this one to you to predict. I'm always going to say the Birds are going to win because that's just the only mentality to have here.
The Eagles have been playing great, man. They're playing lights out. Washington, a little up and down.
The rush defense is something to worry about here because you got a pretty well-rested Saquon Barkley coming in.
Yeah.
And
I kind of like Philly minus the 3.5.
Yeah.
Kind of do. I like Philly minus 3.5. Philly's defense has played lights out the last few weeks, too.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually see the under in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, Philly went in 24-10.
Yeah.
Would not surprise me.
Man, make me very happy. I'll take a 24-10 win. A snooze fest in another 1 o'clock game is the Giants at the Falcons. The only interesting aspect, we've already talked about it, Penix is going to start. It's a good spot to bring in a rookie. I agree.
And he's
I
still
like
got
it.
Atlanta favored by 9.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive.
Crazy to me.
Yeah, that is very impressive. But when you look at Kirk Cousins, he was on pace to hit 4,000 yards for the year.
Yeah.
But the 18 to 16 TD to INT ratio
Not
is not going to cut it here. It's not in this league. Bijan does get his first 1,000-yard rushing year.
Look, he fantastic. That's
Yeah.
that's what we've expected.
We expected it last year.
Yeah.
But he gets it this year, so here we are. Drake London's probably going to surpass 1,000 yards this year, back on pace to where he needs to be. Kirk Cousins just didn't take care of the ball. I think really that's his ultimate downfall. Not reading the field very well. Probably doesn't have the rapport that he was looking for at this point in the season so far. So giving Penix a start here is not necessarily a bad thing. It's good for a rookie. See what you got in him.
Yeah.
And
If you're gonna start him, this is the game to start him.
this is a game to start him. Let him get his feet wet here. Yeah, absolutely.
I like Falcons money line, and I like the under,
Falcons money line and under. I like that. Yeah.
depending on what the money line is.
Well, it's not going to be great considering it's a 9-point spread.
Yeah, well, I don't trust that -9 at all.
I don't either. Me either. Nope.
But there's no way I'm saying Giants +9.
No, sir. No, sir. I agree with you. Another 1 o'clock game. Lions at the Bears. Lions looking to bounce back from taking their second L on the year. This is the game to do it. Detroit's only a 6.5-point favorite on the road. I am slamming that one.
I like
it. This is my lock of the week.
I like it.
Yeah, Lions cover 6.5. Lock of the week.
I like the Lions cover 6.5, and I'm probably
They
okay
might-
with the over.
I think the over 47.5 is a possibility, especially from the Lions offense. The only downside to that is if they get up big early on, then they start running the ball and just they take the air out of the ball. Really, they slow it down, just try to conserve some clock, get a couple first downs, punt, whatever, and to reduce the total scoring in this game.
Well, the 47.5.
I would like a
Bears.
40, I would like a 42.5 here. That would.
Well, the Bears have been in games that cover the 47.5 twice in the last 4 weeks. They did it against the Vikings, and then they did it against San Francisco.
Possibility then.
And if San Francisco, with their hobbled offense,
And they
can
were
do
in a
that to
90-point
them,
game last week. So a 90-point game last week.
Yeah.
So let's man, it's something to ride. Let's ride it out. We're gonna say
I would give it a look.
Detroit -6.5 and over 47.5 on.
Oh, they might cover it themselves.
Another
which is
game.
crazy.
Another game that will be fun to watch is the Browns at the Bengals. I know really neither team is playing fantastic football at this point, but if anything is fantastic, it is the Bengals offense. They are fun to watch.
Yes.
They score buttloads of points, and they are a 9-point favorite at home. I'm going to take that one all day.
Yeah. I like it.
Browns defense is good, but
Who's playing quarterback? Which turnover machine is it going to be?
yeah, I mean, it's just if you give Burrow more opportunities, he's going to score. So I like the Bengals to cover 9 here, especially at home. Yep. Titans at Colts. Colts are 3.5-point favorites. I like that. They're looking to bounce back here. Will Levis, 1,916 yards on the year, 12-12 on the TD to INT ratio. That's a little rough. Anthony Richardson, still just trying to find a groove, and
Not going to find one, buddy.
I don't think so. I
don't think he is either.
Yeah, we both predicted it, but here we are.
Okay.
Colts still rolling them out there, though.
Every now and then we get lucky about some stuff.
Yeah,
But we saw that one coming.
we did. We were smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
But I do like the Colts covering 3.5. The defense is pretty good, and I mean when you got a guy like Jonathan Stewart back there, or Jonathan Taylor. Sorry, I always think about Stewart from the Panthers.
I'm going the other way with this one.
Yeah, you gonna think cover?
I like the
Titans
Titans plus the
cover?
3.5. I do. I like their defense. The
Titans?
Colts, other than Jonathan Taylor, who what are they doing? Not much.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they can play defense.
See how that one goes. Rams travel across the country to play the Jets.
How crazy is that? Tickets as low as $15.
$15 to see them in New Jersey.
Crazy.
Stafford, not a bad year, man. 3,500 yards, 19 touchdowns, only 7 picks.
Considering how the year started with all his wide receivers on the injured reserve list.
Yeah, 8-6, leading the way there in the NFC West. They're only a 3-point favorite on the road. I like the Rams to cover.
I like it. I like the Rams' defense. I think their defense has shown
much improvement.
Yeah. Burst has been just fantastic for them.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of redrafts where it would have had Atlanta taking it, which might would have been good for them.
Could have been. Good.
What could have been, right?
What could have. And that's what they say about every draft. What could have been.
Yeah. Then another snooze fest at 1 o'clock. Cardinals at Panthers.
Cardinals are 5-point favorites. Watching when Carolina go in reverse last week. Man, I don't see it. This is one I'm not touching.
I'd
lean towards the Cardinals covering 5, but I mean, I've seen the Panthers play with the top flight teams, and then they play the Cowboys and just turn the ball over left and right.
Yeah.
To a defense is decimated by injuries.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Good job to Chuba Hubbard for his first 1,000-yard season.
Yes, sir.
Good on him. One of the few bright spots for Carolina.
In this offensive for the season, yeah. I agree with you.
I mean, good on them. They need a lot of help. They're going to get a top 5 pick out of it. So.
Yeah, and they actually get the pick this year.
Yeah. They give up a second-round pick, which is awful, but, essentially what would have been, an early second-round pick, which is usually another starter.
Yeah, exactly. Someone else that you look to be the future of the franchise.
Yeah. But, no. Then we go to the 4:05 slate with Vikings at Seahawks. Minnesota is just doing everything right now. Just everything right.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold has looked fantastic. I want to say a sleeper MVP candidate, but I don't think he gets it.
No.
I don't think he's even close.
No, no one's talking about it. It's just, I think Coach of the Year, though.
Absolutely. That's
100% on deck.
Yeah.
You're starting Sam Darnold as your quarterback, and this is where we're at.
I mean, he's done fantastic. Fantastic job.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, when you get injuries, that's the kind of coaching you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Man, I like the Vikings. Seattle is just they're not the same Seattle.
No.
Geno Smith looked very, very, very average.
Pedestrian. Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
I agree with you. Yeah.
The sad part, I feel like Seattle is almost there. I really feel they're a quarterback away.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just saw so much out of Geno for 1 year, and now it's.
I mean, if you think about it, they got Geno on a discount kind of deal based on all these other quarterback contracts and stuff.
No,
so
that's
not terrible.
True. It's not terrible. I mean, he's on pace to throw for 4,000 yards this year.
Well,
oh my God, what have you done?
Oh, look at that. That is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen.
It is indeed. I agree. Thank you. And cracked it too. Look at this.
And that's how you do.
Remember to tip your server.
And that's how you earn them.
That's how you earn them. 2 shots of Fireball and a fucking beer. I love it.
Bet you it's hot Fireball too.
It is hot Fireball. Enjoy.
I will.
We will. All right. But you gotta finish your beer first.
All right. Look, I'm nursing. I'm sorry. I've been busy this.
Yeah, if you got Josh Allen on your lineup for fantasy football, and you likely do if you're still alive in the playoffs, because that man has been carrying your team. He's about to carry you to the finals.
That is
Damn.
that's my MVP.
Yeah,
I mean, Lamar's stats are great. Don't get me wrong. Like, his passing numbers are ridiculous, but Josh Allen's got 10 touchdowns, 11 touchdowns on the ground.
right. Only 5 picks.
First player in NFL history to have 35 total touchdowns 4 years in a row.
Impressive. I mean, it's really hard to take it away from Josh Allen.
I
This
mean-
team is playing so well.
Yes.
Yeah, the Bills look great. And as much as I would love Saquon to be in the conversation, I just know running back's not.
Well, you and I have already talked
Yeah.
about this. I firmly
know.
believe a quarterback's going to win MVP. Saquon absolutely should win Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, let's say.
I mean, you really could go Saquon. I mean, if Saquon had more touchdowns, if Saquon had half the touchdowns that
Jalen
James stole from him, you're talking 5 or 6 more touchdowns.
Yeah, I get it.
And, I mean, yardage-wise, he's right there.
No, he
I mean,
is,
he's leading
yeah.
the league in rushing.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, he's fucking phenomenal. But no, Josh Allen definitely deserves it as well. I'm not gonna take that away from him.
I mean, it's kind of what he's missing. He doesn't have the Super Bowl yet. I mean, he's been right there on the edge of getting there.
Yeah,
I mean, if it wasn't for fucking Patrick Mahomes and fucking
Lamar
was it?
Jackson and
what was it,
everybody-
Patrick Mahomes in 13 seconds, 17 seconds.
Yeah,
I mean, it's right there. And that's what kills me about Patrick Mahomes. It's like, God, you look at the last 3 times when they've been to the Super Bowl, he's put all 3 of those other guys. He put Josh in his place. He put Lamar in his place. Just ridiculous, man.
yeah. All right, so of the other 4:00 games, there's 2 more left. You got another snoozer. The Jags at the Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders are a 1.5 favorite here. I mean, Mac Jones is starting.
Yeah, I think so is Desmond Ritter.
I that's what I'm saying. I like Jacksonville.
I do too.
You're giving me a 1.5?
I like it.
I like Jacksonville. I really do.
I like Jacksonville, and I like the under.
Yeah, the under 40.5. I'm a big fan of, especially after you just watched Atlanta and Las Vegas play that 12-9 game.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers is going to eat though.
Dude.
90 receptions on the year. He's about to clear 1,000 yards in this game.
I mean-
obviously, the matchup is great for Brock Bowers. The Jaguars are poor against tight ends. They give up, I think, the 3rd most amount of points
Yeah.
to tight ends on the year. So Brock Bowers is going to eat, and that is one thing we do know. And we talked about that before this draft. Brock Bowers is going to eat wherever he went.
Wherever he went.
That man is a beast.
Imagine giving that dude an actual quarterback.
Yeah, I know.
Like, Jesus, dude.
I mean, well, the Raiders are up there to draft one. So let's see what happens. They're going to draft one. There's no question about it, because you ain't riding Gardner Minshew no more.
No. The problem is you got guys that fell out, like Quinn Ewers just fell out.
Yeah.
He's not, he
I mean,
was
he-
preseason.
Too much money in college.
Well, I mean, you got to think it was him and Carson Beck were fighting preseason to be the number 1 guy, and both of those guys, they're not number 1 guys to me.
No,
Anymore.
I don't feel like that's where I would want to invest my
Nah.
future.
I mean, what do you got? Shador, Cam Ward.
I like both of those guys.
Um,
I like both of those guys, and both of them would fit so well in Vegas, especially Shador.
Shador was Vegas just seems like a place for him.
Yes.
Just
Yes,
seems
fits.
like it.
It fits so well.
I,
And he's still, that means, you know how close he is to his dad at that point?
Yeah.
And Denver and Vegas aren't that far apart. It's
No.
better than that in New York.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to. There's no way I'd want to go to New York.
No, don't send me to the Giants.
That.
I
just
mean, if I'm
sounds like a
Shador, I
dumpster
just be like,
fire.
you know what? I'm just going to stay in college.
I don't think he can. He played 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he started as a freshman at Jackson
Yeah.
State.
That's true. You're right.
So he's,
Oh, well. Here
yeah.
we are. I'd just be like, well, pull the Eli Manning card.
Yeah.
I mean, you are kind of NFL royalty at this point, at least the legacy.
Oh, you
wise.
are.
Yeah.
You are. And
So-
he's played great. I mean, the numbers he's thrown up with that weak offensive line. I mean,
I just like the combination that you got there.
yeah.
I love it. I love the opportunity that would be there for the Raiders if you were to go there. It's a match made in heaven, if you ask me.
Get out there and just turn it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
Just-
mean, you're not going to have high expectations in year one. It's just that you're already starting off with a guy like Brock Bowers. You go off and find a way to trade into the late first round, or you got a second round pick
I got a
early
scenario
on.
for you because there's a lot of wide receivers that still have yet to been paid.
Mm-hmm.
What if a guy like T. Higgins actually hits the market?
If you got the budget for it, he's an instant number one.
It's at number one. And then you bring in a guy like Shador.
And you got Brock Bowers to pair him with.
Yeah.
And you find a lot of O-line depth somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just because the thing is, you really don't need to focus too much on the defense.
No, the defense has been okay.
It's okay. It's enough for
you get
year
Crosby
one.
back. Yep.
For year one. Just do everything you can to give him enough to just be competent enough to adjust to the NFL.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I like it. But not big advocate for Shador to Las Vegas. All right. Then, I mean, a battle of two struggling teams, the Niners at the Dolphins. Dolphins are a point favorite at home. The Niners are decimated at running back. Everything they throw out there gets hurt.
I don't even want to talk about Niner running backs.
I know. I mean, it burns you, but guess what? You got hurt.
It burned me for one game. The game that mattered, though.
And hey, guess
It was
what?
playoff or bust.
He lost DeWan his game last week.
I know. Good on him. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Well, here we are. Niners really, I mean, what do you do? What do you got, Debo? I mean, you can throw Debo at running back.
I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Debo wanted the ball last week, and apparently,
Lost the game for him.
yep, couldn't handle the ball.
Nope.
The irony in all that is great.
You see that game?
The
But-
irony in that is great.
Oh, I agree.
I think I need the ball more. Blah blah blah. Here's
Okay,
the ball.
here it
Here's the
is.
ball more.
What are you gonna do with it? Whoopsie.
I'm gonna throw it right there on the ground.
Exactly.
Gonna hit me in the chest, and I'm gonna drop it.
Looking like Nelson Aguilar out here.
Ooh. At least Nelson Aguilar caught his passes this week.
I'm not touching this game. I don't like it.
I don't actually. I can. I might go Dolphins -1 just because San Francisco's defense beat up and they're playing in Miami.
Okay, I like it. Yeah.
If they were playing anywhere else, I wouldn't touch it. But they are playing in Miami.
Okay.
And I wish I'd have had Jonnu Smith way earlier.
Yeah.
But he really, like, the last half season, like, he did good things.
Yeah.
Did good things for me. Considering I struggled at tight end all year.
On
and
your
then
battle to 7th place finish.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So,
It's like winning the NIT.
hey, whatever, man. I'll take an NIT win over a first round loss.
I'll take an NIT win over wearing a Hooters uniform all day long, brother. Like I said, I accomplished the mission that I chose. Everything else was a bonus after that, buddy.
100%. 100%. I agree with you. Bucks and Cowboys finish this out on Sunday. Bucks are a 4-point favorite.
I'm taking the Bucks all day long.
Hey, Mayfield's going to have a day.
I'm taking the Bucks all day long on this one.
Yeah. And they're going to run the ball down their throat. It's going to I think the Bucks win by 10 plus.
It would not surprise me.
Yeah, I like the Bucks here.
20
Bucks are looking to secure their playoff spot, and this is an easy way to do it right here with this one.
$20 for a game in Arlington.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Crazy.
Cowboys fans are bailing out on their team.
What? I thought it was their year.
It was.
What happened to them boys?
Well, Dak got hurt. Dak's hurt. What are we gonna do?
You were losing when Dak was healthy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Love it. Love it. Couldn't happen to
A better
Bunch
team.
a bunch of assholes.
Plus, the best part about this is Cowboys 1-6 at home.
Yeah. Yeah, that 1-6 at home. They've won 5 on the road though. They are 5-2 on the road.
5-2 on the road, 1-6 at home. It's
Ugh.
usually the other way around for them.
Yeah, it's usually the other way around. Yeah, slam the Bucks on -4.
I like it.
Slam the Bucks on -4. Let's go. Monday night rounds out with your boys. They are
in.
at home with the Saints coming to a 33-degree weather. Lambeau.
Possible snow.
Possible snow. Saints playing a dome. Pack is a 14-point favorite.
love it.
Slam it.
Love it.
Pack clears 14.
Easy.
I don't like the big point spreads, but this one
I
has
like this
all
one.
the makings of it right here, boys.
I love those.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Pack slam them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pack by probably 20 in this one. I see this one being 40-20. Actually, no, because you got Spencer Rattler back there. I'd say like you can probably see it could be more, but maybe not a 40 burger on the Saints D. But let's say a 30-10 game right here, 32-12, something like that. Only field goals for the Saints, something like crazy like that. I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, I would be ecstatic normally at 10-4, and it just sucks that I got 2 teams in front of me at 12-2.
Yeah, I know.
Like, God, like, damn it.
It sucks. It does. Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, luckily Josh Jacobs has this matchup too.
Ooh.
That's going to help, especially in snowy conditions. This is a big benefit to Josh Jacobs to just run the fucking football.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jacobs could get 200 yards in this game.
I
If
would
they wanted to.
I would love it.
If they would want to.
I would love it. I need a shady snow game out of Josh Jacobs right now.
Don't you ever, brother.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
you ever. Well, that covers our NFL slate this week.
Boom.
Tomorrow starts the first college football playoffs.
It does.
Starts
so
tomorrow.
exciting.
So
So exciting.
will probably not get to see very much.
Why not? What you got?
Got plans going on tomorrow night. Got plans tomorrow night. Got plans Saturday night.
I mean,
I
I
just-
do.
I just
Good
like it
plans.
irks me.
Well, I mean,
I will be on my phone. I may have to make a phone call to you because I think part of my night on Saturday will be in South Carolina. So
so you
I will
need to
have
bet.
I will have to do it early or I will miss out.
Yeah, so you got Indiana at Notre Dame at 8:00.
I want Indiana to win that game so bad.
You and me both, man. That would be so great.
I'm
I'm gonna say, yeah, I like. Man,
I want that game.
Notre Dame's a
so
7-point
bad.
favorite in this one. Indiana got decimated by Ohio State, though.
Yeah, but they played in Ohio State.
Yeah,
I mean, 11-1. They did play a lot of the bottom feeders in the. But man, God, it would be so good, so good. But I'm not touching it just because I'm not betting on Notre Dame. I don't want them to win anything ever, so I would take Indiana plus the 7.
I like that just because this is a playoff game, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we know how Notre Dame does in the playoffs.
I kind of like the over 51.5. I think there's going to be a lot of offense in this game, very little defense.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't really have a whole lot more to say about that game.
Yeah, I don't know.
All the good games are on Saturday.
Yeah, and it starts off with Clemson and Texas at 4. Or no. SMU and Penn State's
at
noon. My
Yep.
bad. Penn State's going to destroy them. That's our bet, by the way.
I know you gave me 10 points on it, and the spread is only actually 8.5.
Yeah. See, that's how confident I am.
I'm gonna jump all
in
over
the
it, buddy.
Nittany Lions, baby.
Fuck Nittany Lions. Fuck Big Ten football. I've been thinking about my pick, and I picked Ohio State last week. I'm going back on that. Fuck them.
Going Tennessee?
I'm going Tennessee in that game.
No, went on Rocky Top there.
Dude, the only reason I'm doing it is I've been
Because fuck Ohio State.
fuck Ohio State 1 and 2. It sounds like a whole lot of Tennessee fans are going to be there because it sounds
That's what
like
I
they've
hear.
been buying tickets like a mofo. That the AD has came out and asked people to stop selling tickets.
Do what you got to do to get your fan base in.
How awesome would that be for it to be pretty much a majority orange crowd? I know it wouldn't be for you. I get it, but it's fucking.
I told
Ohio
you I
State.
was rooting for a sinkhole.
Yeah, I know who you're rooting for.
The sinkhole.
An orange sinkhole. That would be great for me.
Orange and red sinkhole. Get rid of them all.
I want majority orange. But no, we were talking ticket prices last week.
Yeah.
Look at the Notre Dame prices, and then look at like all the other games.
Well, yeah, I know, but we already talked about it. 519 is the lowest ticket right now.
That's ridiculous.
But that's because this rivalry is finally being renewed through a playoff matchup.
It's not a rivalry when you don't play ever.
I know, but it's an in-state.
I get it. I get the
battle.
in-state. I get the in-state battle. I get
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's just because Notre Dame's always snubbed their nose down in Indiana, rightfully so. But
That's why I really want Indiana to beat the shit out of
dude,
them.
it would be great. I'm gonna try to watch it. We'll see.
See Riley Leonard go down early with a sprained ankle or something. Nothing egregious, but
Yeah,
you know,
something that's not gonna hurt him for a long
yeah,
period
enough
of
to
time.
keep him off the game, out the
Out of the
field
game.
for one game.
Yeah,
I'd be good with that.
One game injuries.
I would be good with that.
Yeah, no, yeah. So we want Indiana to win. Not betting this one because
I'm not.
it's just what it is. And then you had Penn State, SMU. I'm slamming 8.5.
I'm.
Because I'm told you I give you 10.
Now you gave me 10. I'm took it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna take the 8.5 too.
Okay. All right. I hear you. Then the next one's at 4:00. Clemson at Texas. Texas is a 12-point favorite at home.
I'm taking Clemson in the 12.
I think Clemson at 12 is a good choice here because Clemson has the playoff experience. Texas, not so much.
No.
And I like it.
Texas really, if you want to be honest about it, they didn't really play anybody.
Holy shit. Dude.
You know
Not
what
even halftime. They're up 21-10.
They didn't really play anybody. They played a very weak SEC schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they did play some ranked teams. And I roll my eyes talking about Oklahoma, who was ranked at the time, and they played Vandy when Vandy was ranked.
Yeah.
But you know,
And like we said, yours isn't really playing that great of football right now.
no, he's not.
Yeah. No, I agree
There's
with you.
people calling for Arts to start.
Yeah. I mean, I said it last week.
I mean, you're rolling with Hewer, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. And then we finish up at 8:00 with the Tennessee Ohio State game. The
I'm
betting,
taking Tennessee. In the
I would
points.
take Tennessee in 7.5 all day long.
Yeah, I think there's my 3-game parlay. Or actually, I might as well. Yeah, 3-game parlay for Saturday because I ain't touching Indy.
Give you a
Yeah.
little stat for the week about this game. Tennessee is the only team in the playoffs that has a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense.
Who is?
Tennessee.
Tennessee? Ooh. Give me Tennessee.
I like it. I like it a lot. I had to think on it a lot this week because, like, I was like very disappointed in myself come like Wednesday, and I was like, "Man, you really fucking said Ohio State? What is wrong with you?" I got a lot of inner turmoil going on.
All right, let's Christmas-fy this podcast now.
What are
We
we
got
Christmas
to-
buying?
All right.
How we doing this?
What do you think is the number one Christmas song of all time?
Oh, it was Mariah Carey, but it is not anymore.
Nope, it still is.
Really?
Mhm.
God, even though I hate that song, I'm so tired of it.
Oh, me too. But
So tired
It's-
of it.
number 2.
Number 2.
Actually, one I would never guessed.
And if you're never guessing, I probably wouldn't guess it. Is it a country song?
No.
Really? Probably by Pentatonics or somebody.
Nope, it is Christmas, Baby, Please Come Home by Darlene Love.
Who? What?
Hold on, let me see if I can.
That's got to be 19. When did that song come out? This is a song at the beginning of Goonies.
1963.
Of Gremlins.
Yeah.
God, I should have known it. Yeah. Well, how did I not know this? Considering how much I've been arguing about Gremlins being a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I know. You should know.
I should have knew that.
Number 3's pretty easy to get.
3 is?
Yeah. Yeah, now it is from the 60s, so keep that in mind.
Oh.
But like Dave Chappelle did a skit about him that was hilarious.
Who sang it? Don't give me the
I can't tell you that.
Oh, then that'll give it away. Dude, I'll be honest. I've been very Scrooge like this Christmas season. I mean, not very bah humbuggy, but I have been very not Christmas spirity.
Why not? I'm trying to get you in the Christmas
I'm
spirit.
trying. I'm
Here,
getting
number
there.
3. Oh, it's unavailable.
Just tell me.
It's Nat King Cole, the Christmas song. Yeah.
It's all going to be old stuff.
He'll be shocked with number 4.
All right, go ahead and give it to me. I want to hear this list. Like I like.
Me and Christina listened to it earlier today, or to this evening. You know who it is? Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. You know who it is, right?
No, I don't.
It's Wham.
Wham. I should know that. I'm an old fuck. I should know. Fucking Wham.
All right, and number 5.
I'm awful at this.
This was from the 40s.
No, I'm never gonna get that. I'm not that old.
Come on, but I mean, you hear the Christmas songs all the time.
I don't.
All right, man.
I do most of my Christmas shopping on Amazon. They ain't playing shit.
It played Wham again. Oh well. Anyways, it's White Christmas from Bing Crosby.
Oh yeah, that one I probably should.
Okay. All right. So that's there. Whatever. But what's your favorite Christmas song?
My favorite Christmas song, I absolutely love Robert Earl Keen's Merry Christmas from the Family. It is totally inappropriate, but it's so funny to me. It's, I don't know. I heard it in my early 20s, like on the radio. And it was just like, what? What is that song? I've never heard that before. And then I listened to it and I'm like, okay, that's good stuff right there. But, you know, again, that was from the late 90s. So, you know,
I get it.
inappropriate was okay then.
Inappropriate. Why not?
It's not awful, but, you know, it's definitely a little different than the average. It is very entertaining.
I like it. I'm a big fan.
It's different, though. It is not your standard Christmas song.
Yeah.
But it is very fun. Very, very, very fun.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Man.
I'm trying to think what would be my favorite Christmas movie. I'm a big fan of Dominic the Italian Christmas Donkey.
That's fun.
Frosty the Snowman always gets me.
Yeah. Rudolph is always pretty good.
Rudolph's good. Run, Rudolph, Run. That was good. That was
Little Carol
Chuck
of the
Berry.
Bells.
Yeah. Carol of the Bells is great, especially with Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I was a fan.
Yeah.
I like Elton John Step Into Christmas.
Yeah. A lot of those, a lot of stuff that like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra plays.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Well, they played with Metallica.
Yeah.
And they did
yeah.
Carol of the Bells.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, that was awful too.
All right, hit me with some Christmas trivia. What you got?
Christmas trivia, man. I didn't really dig any Christmas trivia this week. I could find some, though.
I got one. I just looked it up, so I'm not gonna take credit for it, and I'm still curious as if it's right or not. How many ghosts show up in A Christmas Carol?
4.
How do you know this?
Because no one ever counts the original ghost.
Fair enough. Okay, so that's why I'm sitting there like, all right, and then I'm like, oh wait, was there a ghost first and foremost?
It's Cratchit's ghost.
Yeah.
Bob Cratchit's ghost is first, and then you get the ghosts Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future.
Have you ever heard that eggnog was also called milk punch?
No, I've never heard that.
Me either. That was another one of these weird trivia questions.
Let's see. I am, according to Consumer Expert Text, it's the top 23 cool gifts for men in 2024.
Oh shit, this ain't fun.
We'll start at number 10 and work our way down.
Okay.
A lot of this stuff, it's just like, what? Who really wants this? But yet, who can really afford this?
Fair enough.
A lot of it. Number 10 is a small portable air pump, which is weird. It's called Auto Air.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad gift because I mean, it's nice to store on a vehicle, and you know, you get a flat, and you got to fix a flat, and then
I don't have the Auto Air, but I've got something very similar in my car.
Mm-hmm.
Next, it is Spy Lens cams, but you know, it's just like ring doorbell, stuff like that. But you can place them anywhere. They have like little suction cups on them, little magnets too. Number 8 is a Pro Power Saver, which essentially sounds like reading the description. It tricks the power grid and can save you up to 90% on your electric bill.
Whole 90%, huh?
Yeah, that's what it says. I don't believe it, but maybe. Number 7 is the Vital Flex Core. It is one of those muscle stimulators, but it is built just for the six-pack. But, you know, another
Roll
thing.
on there and just sit back and drink a beer.
And it just flexes you up.
I'm working out, babe. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm drinking this beer. What do you mean?
And then it's a Photo Stick Omni is number 6.
Six-pack while drinking my six-pack.
Yeah.
Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Dude, I am well over even attempting getting 6-packs anymore.
Come on, buddy. You got it.
Huh. A Miyama Reiko. This tiny device creates a Wi-Fi network wherever you go.
Cool.
Yeah. So essentially,
Your phone does that.
A hotspot. Yeah, phone does say that. So I don't get it.
That's
Wi-Fi lasts up to 15 hours. Get out of here.
okay.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah, it sounds like a lame gift. My phone does it for me.
Ooh, a cyber heater.
Cyber heater?
Yeah, man. You just plug it into the wall.
And what does it do? Just heat?
No, it heats
What's it heat?
the air. Supposedly.
So, like, it's a space heater.
Yeah, but it's a tiny one. Plugs into the wall.
I mean, that's what space heaters do. They're
Like it's like this big.
so like it's
Like
very tiny.
Yeah, it's like tiny.
Gotcha.
Which
Like a cube, like a little tiny cube.
Yeah, I don't see how that does anything, to be honest.
It probably doesn't.
Wireless charger is number 3.
Now, see, those are nice. Those are good.
Those are handy.
I love a wireless charger. You just put your phone down and it start charging. You don't have to plug it in. You don't have to fuck up the port. You don't fuck up your cord. Good sense. Like it.
Number 2 is essentially a translator. This device turns you into a native speaker of 36 plus languages in seconds.
So does Google. So thanks. Next.
Yep. And number 1, the Black Falcon 4K. It is a drone. And I can see where that would be pretty
those are fun.
sweet.
Drones are fun. I like that.
I would get one of those, but I know I would crash that thing the first
man,
day.
I've tried to fly a couple of drones myself, and it is rough, man.
Yeah, I know some guys that are pretty proficient at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. and they can actually. One guy actually makes a very good living. He shoots real estate videos with it.
Real estate. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Yeah,
Makes-
going over across the entire property, like
Yes.
zooming in and out of the backyard. No, that's good.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Which I
that-
thought that was kind of a weird, good on him.
That's good.
Oh, man. My gift would be just to be left alone for like 24 hours. That would be great. That would be
I
great.
like it.
It's kind of sad when you get older. When you're younger, you always want these really cool things. And me, it's like, man,
All right, let's do this.
what you got?
Give me a Christmas story from years past. One memorable one you got.
Oh, my Lord.
But first, we'll cheers to it.
Yes, sir.
This
Cheers,
is,
brother.
This bad boys.
Merry
served up on it.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Fireball. And you.
I just had a thought.
Sticky.
What does Fireball eggnog taste like?
Ooh. It might not actually be bad.
No, because you get your little bit of you get your cinnamon from it.
Yeah, you get a little cinnamon in there. I'll tell you what, I'll try it.
I would be giving it. I'd give it. I'm willing to bet they probably sell it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start speaking about like holiday traditions and memories, right?
Yeah, I'm.
Me and the old man drink bourbon and nog pretty much every Christmas.
Those are good.
Yeah,
That's
man.
good.
That's a little holiday tradition me and him have picked up in more recent years. But yeah, every year we'll have at least one bourbon and nog. Big fan. So I bet the old man give the Fireball a try in there.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
And then he'd just sit over there on the couch and grumble about it.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
That's still one of my bets. That's
That
so
was a
fantastic.
good episode. It was. He just said, "Oh, what are you talking about, Steve?"
Why won't you just get on the show? No, I'm good. I'm just gonna sit here and watch TV and everything we talked about.
He had something to say. He definitely did.
Hey, next time he does that, we're just gonna mic him up. He's just gonna have to deal with it.
100.
Christmas traditions, man. We never really had like a whole lot of Christmas traditions. Like when I was a kid, we always went to my aunt's house,
Yeah.
and it would be my mom and dad, myself, my brother, my aunt, uncle, my two cousins. We did Christmas Eve there, all day Christmas Day. Then we would have Christmas Day. We'd have more family show up, and it usually turned into, as we got older and able to drink, all the cousins would get together. The older family would stay at the house. The drinking age cousins would find the local watering hole that would be open, and we would go play pool and have drinks,
I like that. That's
which
cool.
is, kind of a weird tradition, but it was fun.
Yeah. So speaking of weird traditions, me, my brothers, and my dad all had one for Christmas Eve. So we used to go to Kentucky every year for Christmas as kids and even into adulthood for a little bit. All before my grandmother passed away. My grandmother hosted. My grandmother. Sorry, I had to mute the computer there. But my grandmother hosted Christmas Eve with the entire family. We all got together there. So Christmas Eve day was time for me and my little brother to spend time with my older brother, or our older brothers. And my dad would take us to Arby's. Yeah, so the tradition just started from like the first year. Like the first year we were like, all right,
Arby's.
where are we gonna go to lunch today? And we're just driving down Southland Drive in Lexington, Kentucky. And my little brother's like, hey, well, there's Arby's. Let's go to Arby's. And like, so we go. And then like next year happens, and they're like, where are we gonna eat? Why don't we just go back to Arby's?
I like it.
And then we did that for at least 10 years, easy.
But
When we first started it was, baseball cards were popular, and we were huge in baseball cards.
yeah, I
So-
get it.
Arby's baseball card shop.
Like
And the baseball card shop was right across the street from the Arby's.
I like it.
So we
in.
spent an hour just talking bullshit in Arby's, and then we go talk bullshit in the baseball card shop for an hour, and that was a Christmas Eve tradition that we had every year. As we got older and of legal drinking age, we started going to the Arby's has recently closed or has since closed. It's not recently; it's been gone for a while. Started going to the bar.
And then the baseball card shop.
Yeah, well, the baseball card shop was gone. Baseball
Yeah.
card shop, you know, those
They used to be everywhere.
They used to be everywhere. Now,
Yeah.
now they're gone too. So, like, as the Arby's went under, so did the baseball card shop. Don't know if we had a hand in that or not, but that's what
Man.
happened. So, one year we ended up going and playing pool and just drinking beers and liquor drinks over at the local bar me and my roommate at the time used to go to all the time. It's called Trump's. And so and this is when I lived in Kentucky. And so we would go in all the time. I mean, we drank there probably at least once or twice a week. And we ended up going there and just shooting pool. It's still on the same road, Southland Drive, in Lexington, where it was super close to my house, but you know, we just kind of cruised down Southland anyway, because that was just the tradition of the Christmas Eve holiday. And this time we're like, oh, let's just go to the bar. So we ended up going to the bar. My brother's in college at the time, and Brian, and he's come across this drink called a trash can, which has since become popular across bars. At the time, no one knew what the hell this thing was. I've had a few of them before we even go into this place before, just, you know, hanging out with Ryan at NC State or whatever. And so it's like like 3 different liquors, Blue Carousel and some other like triple
Sounds like
sec.
something that it's just a hodgepodge of shit.
Exactly. And then you take a Red Bull, turn it upside down, dump it into the glass. So like the Red Bull comes out as you drink. Anyways, it turns the thing blue or green essentially, but they call it a trash can. The cans, you know, the Red Bull cans hanging out, whatever.
I get it.
And it makes a good sound. We drink a buttload of those.
That sounds like something I can get into.
It's not
As I have a Red Bull sitting here.
Yeah, it's actually a really good drink. I'm not gonna lie.
I
It's a good drink, but it will fuck you up, man.
used to go to a bar in Charlotte called the Pterodactyl Club.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. It's like a dance club kind of place, but like it was just an off the wall kind of place. Like it was just a fun. I want to call it like kind of like a dive bar field dance club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like dimly lit in a shitty old building. You know, two floors. It's just an interesting place. But they used to have a drink called it was a shot, but it was called bong water. But they wouldn't tell you what was in it.
I'm already disgusted.
Dude, they were delicious.
There's no way.
I swear it.
Have you accidentally ever had bong water before?
Yeah.
It's gross.
Duh. Duh.
I'm just saying it's
Yesterday. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I can't. But I gotta say, there's no way that you make a shot and you call it that. Like, what makes you think that it should be called this?
Under the lights, man, it just had this weird color to it.
Okay. Okay. Just
And
a
that's just
cloudy
what they
water
call
color.
it.
It's gray.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't know what they put in it, but it was actually delicious.
Did it have,
probably
did it
had,
have
like-
seeds and sticks in it too?
It probably had the weakest fucking liquors in it. That's probably why they sold so many of them.
Yeah.
Kind of like dollar Jello shots at bars.
Oh yeah, they use like water and vodka mix, and they make them. Yeah, they make it profitable.
Dude, I told you a story about like me and like 8 of my friends in a bar one night drank 111 Jello shots.
That's a lot.
Well, we drank them out of what they had because it was dollar Jello shots.
Well, yeah.
So, you know, you do freaking, you know, you got 8 or 9 people buying Jello. Oh, I got the next round. Oh, it's $9 fucking.
Oh, whoop-de shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, when we go to order a batch and like, hey man, we ain't got any more. You guys drink us out. And you're like, oh, I'm not even fucked up. And then fucking, you know, an hour later, once you're home, that's when it all hits.
Yeah.
You're like, oh fuck.
Ooh, that was a lot.
That
of
was
shots.
not good.
Had 9 of these bad boys. I'm feeling it now.
Jello shots are hangover guaranteed.
100%. If you have enough of them.
Oh.
I mean, having like 3 or 4 of them ain't going to be a hangover. But when you get to 10, 11,
10 or
12,
11 apiece.
yeah, that'll knock your croquet ball in a bush real fast.
Oh, my croquet ball has been in that bush many, many, many times.
You and me both, man.
Many times.
Yeah, but those are good Christmas. I remember core memories in life.
Oh, man. I'm looking to start some new ones.
Yeah,
Trying.
now with kids, you're going to try to start a new one.
Yeah,
That's always a good thing. I'm just trying to find that one thing to pin it on. Like, I think this will work here. But I mean, it's something that you want to keep the kids interested in to adulthood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I'm trying, I'm on the older side of having the kid life, but I am.
That's because you're old as fuck.
I know. I waited way too long to have kids. But it's been fun. Like I said, my only drawback is I wish I'd have done it sooner.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying life just because, I mean, she's fun. She makes me think about things a lot differently.
Dude, it does change your perspective. So
Oh, man.
I hear you.
Man, I'm ready to karate chop some fucker now. You say to my kid, black cow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your give a fuck meter kind of goes up a little bit because it's like, depends on if this is directed to me or is it directed to her.
Yeah, that's
if it's directed to her, I got a problem.
Yeah, you're directing me. I can
You're
give two
me,
shits.
It's like, okay, buddy, you're funny.
All right, that was a good one.
Thanks, man. I'll see you later.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and I guess we're kind of like on the other side of it just because we have daughters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sons are probably a little different.
No, you're just going to teach them how to talk shit back.
That is right. That's right.
Yeah, but that's what I got Christina for. She'll just teach them how to talk shit back.
I'm working on that too. I'm just going to teach my kid to talk shit.
I think she's
little girl or not.
I think she's well armed already.
Oh, let me tell you, I heard a story this week. She got in trouble with her mom. And because the whole meltdown started because her mom asked her to get her lunchbox out of her book bag.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter looked at her mother and told her that wasn't her job. That was her mom's job. And I'm just like,
that's not going to go over well at all.
No. It's not going to go over well. But inside, I'm just like,
yeah,
good job.
Good score.
Good score. But damn, dude, you tell me that, we're going to have problems.
Yeah.
I get the being upset. So the ex takes her tablet from her. And then, meltdown central happens.
Well, yeah.
But it was the whole, that's not my job. That's your job. I was like, ooh. Little lady, you do not understand. That will set your parents off in a bad direction all day long.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the stuff they say sometimes like that.
No, they're great.
Even to me, I'd have been like, what'd you just say to me?
Sometimes you just do a double take and be like,
what?
Huh?
What's crazy is when they do it, and then in the middle, they say something like that, and you're in the middle doing it, and you're like, what the fuck? I just got Jedi mind tricked by a fucking 7-year-old. How did that happen? But I enjoy every second of it. Good. I mean, I don't want that's not my job. The day she breaks out with that sounds like a you problem, I'm going to be like, what? We're going to make it a you problem real quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be real fast.
I'm pretty sure where that's going to drop at. It ain't going to be at my house.
No, probably not.
Somebody may be teaching it the other direction. Just say it once. I'll make it worth it. Come back over here.
Just please do it for me.
Just do it once.
Oh, you're setting yourself up for failure, sir.
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It would be great, though.
Yeah. Well, another episode in the books.
Another episode of the books, man.
We are
another 140. It'll be after Christmas.
Prime Christmas right now.
I know. Man, I'm on vacation. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
You and me both. After tomorrow, man, I am wide open. I know you started today.
I am
so
on it now.
You're a fortunate bastard.
Sad part is I don't have any booze at my house. I got very little. I got a little.
Why?
I've got a few things in the refrigerator. I didn't stop today. I had other things going on. I'm trying to do some work. Trying to make like today the last day I really have to do anything till Christmas, as far as like stuff that needs to be done, like housework, shit like that. But now, no. Apparently, I got added to your honey-do list. That's some bullshit. Some bullshit.
Well,
I mean, I guess there's worse things that could be going on. You know what I mean?
yeah.
There are worse people I could be hanging out with. Or better yet, I could still be at work.
Well, that's a good point. No one wants to be there. Way more fun on the outside.
Oh yeah, dude. I've already decided I am saving time every year for this time of year. I'm doing it. I've done it the last 2 years, and it has been fantastic. It's kind of nice when you only have to use like a couple of vacation days, and you get like 13, 14 straight days off. Pretty good. Pretty good
Nice.
stuff.
No, I'm excited for the rest of the year because I won't have to work. So that
Yeah.
sounds fantastic.
You say you go back on the second too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's drink and watch football next week.
Dude, it should be what's great is I literally go back on the second, I work the second, and then I'm off. If I'd have had
Real
one
nice
more
card.
if I'd had one more vacation day, I would have took that one too. You have no idea how close I was just saying, fuck it, I'll take it unpaid.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. I get it, man.
Yeah, I mean I'm not against it. Somebody may get the sniffles that day. I don't
May
feel
get the sniffles.
Sniffles or the shits. One of those two is keeping me from working that day. I don't feel so good. I'm still hungover from New Year's Eve. I think the best excuse I've ever heard, like somebody give. I literally had a guy call me one time and call in straight up hungover. I called him a pussy, but I understood. I understood.
I mean, but this thing, we never went to work hungover. I mean, not hungover. I'm sorry. We never called out to work.
Well, we never
Excuse me.
called out.
No,
We went to work many days.
Puked
I know I
under-
did.
puked under many houses.
Ooh,
Thank you, Thursday Night Football.
off ladders. Ooh,
Yeah. Into a ditch.
that was the worst, bro.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah, rough. All right. Well,
Nah, man, my ladder was up against a house.
yeah.
It was
no.
into the bushes.
Hey, whatever, man. You get it out. You get it out, you know?
There's nothing right there. Is nothing like having the dry heaves and trying to climb down a ladder.
Yeah, I hated that for you. It was fun to be on the phone with you at the same
Oh, dude, it was bad. Mm.
time.
I gotta get off the.
Yep.
I gotta get to the ground.
Hold on one second.
I gotta get to the ground. End up with Bob flat on your back.
The bust his ass off.
I will admit, I felt one time like that. Not like that, but like I thought I was one step closer.
Oh yeah, and you
That's-
kind of trip back.
Yeah, I thought I was on the bottom step, but I was like a step up.
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh, I'm just going to hit the ground. Oh, no, dude. I went whoop, whoop, boom, right down on the ground in front of like 5 kids. They were all laughing. I was like, good on you, kids. Good on you. I'd have laughed too. Lucky I didn't get hurt. But anyway, I know you're ready to cut it loose.
Yeah, I think we need to cut it loose. We've hit an hour and 45 minutes at this point.
Woo.
I'm going to wrap this episode with one of my favorite quotes from a Christmas movie. Let's see if you can get it. Surprised, Eddie? If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
That is Christmas vacation
Yes,
all
sir.
day long, sir.
Fantastic. Well, with that, we wrapped up. We will see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Love it, man.
Yep.
Thank you.